Greetings to everyone. Today we are going to be giving you our third helpful hint. In the talking with friends and other pastors over and throughout our nation, one of the things that I am discovering is a very huge issue in all of our lives is a sense of loss of control. One of the possible results of this is that we sometimes just start shutting down and we don't feel comfortable with things that are happening around us. Most of us, if we think about it, can look at our daily lives and see how things in our life and our activities, even our thoughts that we do every day, follow a pattern. And since the COVID-19, that has just been thrown out the window. One of the things my wife and I have noticed about her mother, certainly before she passed away, is that the older she got, if you added something new to her schedule that she wasn't used to or certainly hadn't planned, it often would change her attitude, and not always for the better. Her routine was broken. Well, honestly, that's true with all of us, no matter what age we are. When we lose control of things, there is a disruption in our lives, and our attitude changes, and often it's not a change for the better. Before this COVID-19, we all had more control. I was up and at the office at the church by 8:45 each morning, making calls, having meetings, planning meetings with other people at my favorite coffee shop or lunches. And those things have totally changed now. We were out on the streets to hand out food or go to the shut-ins and make sure the people are okay. Now all of that has been taken away. It's not in my control any longer. What's interesting is that God created us with the ability to have the fruits of the Spirit. And one of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. We were designed to have control over ourselves and certain things. Our sense of control has been thrown out the window. When we lose control, it's a real formula for feeling depressed. Our connections are limited, our structure has changed, and we sense a loss of control and feel powerless. This leads often to negative and pessimistic thinking, present and in the future. We think it's all really bad right now and it's not going to get better. And I've actually heard this from other leaders that they've already slipped into some minor depression and that pessimistic thinking. Well, honestly, that's all normal. It's easy for us to respond that way when we lose control. One of the many ways of us to fall into this trap is by binge watching the news. Our brain cannot handle that much information that is repeated over and over and over, the same stuff over and over. And then it does have some differences in it. One thing that we've been hearing recently is, should we wear a mask? Should we not wear a mask? It doesn't do us any good. It could help us, That brings confusion into our thinking process. So too much of that really can cause us to have a sense of lost control. One of the possible results of this is sometimes we just start shutting down. We move into that depression. We move into that negative thinking. And it reminds me of a skit that Bob Newhart did many years ago where a client of his came in, as Bob Newhart was a psychologist, and this woman started telling him that how things had happened and the negative things that happened to it. And finally, toward the end of it, he just said, "Stop it. Stop doing those things." It's kind of like, it only laughs when it hurts. Well, stop. It only hurts when it laughs. So stop laughing so it won't hurt. News is important, but watch it for only short periods of time. Maybe just in the morning and a little bit in the evening, not all day long, 7 days a week, because it can cause anxiousness. Put yourself on a schedule. For an example, get up at a certain time. Do your morning activities where you shower or bathe, you get dressed, you pray, you drink coffee, or you drink coffee, or you drink coffee. Then schedule things you need to do, work-related issues, calling your friends, projects around the house, special attention to your children. But I encourage you to put discipline in your life. Don't just sit there thinking about those things. Get up and do the projects. Have lunch at a certain time. Exercise at a certain time. I have started riding my bicycle every day, exercising. And Sundays I don't want to do it, but I get up and do it. I get outside for at least 15 to 30 minutes every day and just get some fresh air. I call my friends on Skype or FaceTime. Video is important. It's easier to make just a regular phone call, but video is important. We connect a little bit better. Listen to music. Music is a very, very powerful medium, and it can truly touch our lives. I think you get the idea here. Don't get obsessed or don't become compulsive about a schedule, but set up blocks of times in your day to do things. You can even allow empty blocks of time for you not to do anything, to watch a movie. I had a friend I was talking to yesterday afternoon, and he recommended a series on Amazon Prime that we might be interested in. Just don't sit in front of the TV hour after hour after hour. I really do believe that as we have implemented more of a schedule into our lives, and we haven't allowed ourselves to just sit still, our mental health is good, our attitude is good, we feel more optimistic about tomorrow, we certainly feel optimistic about today, and I would encourage you to use a schedule, use your time to pray, use your time to connect to your friends via video or telephone call, and kind of make those decisions, and you will see a better attitude in your life. So let's look forward to tomorrow. God bless you. Talk to you soon.